A secret elite summit just unfolded in Sweden, and what they discussed could change everything. I'm talking about the Bilderberg Group 2025 in Stockholm. Yes, that shadowy Bilderberg cabal that's been pulling strings for decades. While the world was distracted by headlines and distractions of the ongoing tensions between Iran and Israel, these power brokers gathered behind locked doors, far from prying eyes. In that room were some of the most influential names on the planet. Pfizer's CEO, Albert Bourla, rubbing shoulders with Microsoft's Satya Nadella, World Economic Forum leaders, Nestlé executives pushing their global food empire, and even military commanders and intelligence chiefs from around the world. And then, the usual suspects from the elite families are always a staple. These aren't just random invites. This is the Bilderberg Group's inner circle of power, the ones who shape policies, profits, and your future. But here's the bombshell. They weren't there to chat about the economy or innovation. The agenda included depopulation and migration, straight from their own documents. And let's break this down. Under the guise of a sustainable future, they're pushing depopulation agendas and carbon scams that line their pockets while claiming to save the planet. What do I mean by that? Depopulation isn't just about controlling populations. It's packaged as sustainable development to push policies like female health reproductive programs, a nicer-sounding name for abortion and population control measures. But it goes deeper. They're using vaccines to trigger depopulation and other health risks, quietly adding substances like SV40 not as some accidental contaminant, but as an adjuvant to achieve their goals. SV40 was added to polio vaccines in the 1950s and 1960s, and now allegations swirl around this cancer-causing agent's inclusion in COVID shots, along with mercury and other toxic additives. These aren't mistakes, they're deliberate choices, with the amounts and limits decided by the very cartel that runs the CDC, World Health Organization, and other global health bodies. Elites in this cartel profit while pushing this under the depopulation narrative, sterilizing populations across the globe. We've seen it in places like India, where tetanus vaccines were linked to sterilization campaigns, and in Africa, with HPV vaccines raising similar concerns. It's all part of the plan, vaccines as weapons for control, wrapped in the lie of public health. We're also talking carbon scams like rigged climate initiatives, where elites profit from carbon credits and taxes while blaming you for the planet's problems, the same problems that are likely to achieve stability, naturally over the course of time. For example, the ozone layer, which was found to magically fix itself after a few years as part of its natural cycle, but was utilized by the climate fear-mongering cult to push more regulations and taxes on certain products. These are the same forces shoving experimental vaccines and AI surveillance down our throats, all while whispering about equity and green futures. No press allowed, no records, just globalists, corporations, and media elites sitting together, not to question, but to plot how to enforce this so-called sustainable world order on the rest of us. And let's not forget the Bilderberg Group's dark history. This group has been operating in the shadows since 1954, when a handful of elites from Europe and North America started these annual meetings to influence global affairs. For years, mainstream media flat out denied it existed, calling it a conspiracy theory, ignoring the evidence, and silencing anyone who dared to ask questions. But thanks to relentless coverage from alternative media in the early 2000s, they were forced to admit it. That's right. Pressure from independent journalists and truth seekers dragged it into the light, exposing these secret gatherings for what they are. Yet, even now, mainstream media won't touch the real details. They give it a passing mention at best, if at all, further proving they're nothing but mouthpieces for the global elite. Why? Because these outlets are owned by the same corporations and billionaires who attend these meetings. They're not there to inform you, they're there to protect the agenda and keep you in the dark. This isn't a conspiracy theory, it's a documented conference that just happened. So I have to ask you, why isn't the Bilderberg Group and their talks of depopulation, migration, carbon scams, and other agendas blowing up as the biggest trending topic right now? Is it because the powers that be don't want you to know? Think about it, share this video and demand answers. The truth is out there, but only if we keep exposing it.